Well, each month, dozens of immigrants living here in San Antonio are sworn in as U.S. citizens, and very soon, two of the youngest new citizens will get their chance to share their own personal experience in a very powerful way. This morning, immigration lawyer Jade Mott is here, and I'm delighted to have you here this morning.
Oh, thanks, Brid.
Mr. DeMott. I was talking to you before we came to this segment, and you told me that you've been an immigration lawyer for 38 years.
That's right. I started out as a young man working in this field, and look at me now, huh?
You look great. It has to be incredibly gratifying, because essentially what you see are people who have the American dream in front of them, but legally you take them from start to finish.
That's right, and it's so important for people. We who are born here forget how lucky we are, you know, as we move into the Memorial Day weekend. People need to think about this, but you start out someplace to end up in America, to live here. It is an emotional, wonderful thing for so many people.
I've covered so many of those ceremonies as a reporter, and I tell you, there's nothing quite like it. A lot of the things we take for granted, you see these people who've worked years and years to get this status, the status that we are born into, many of us here in this country. And so it is incredibly enriching work that you do.
And it's a great story. Everyone has a story to tell, how they came. And this is a story that's handed down to children and grandchildren. They tell for generations how they came to America.
And speaking of children, I do want to point out that you are a sponsor for what's called the Celebrate America Creative Writing Contest. And how did this come about? What's involved in it?
Well, this is something that the American Immigration Lawyers Association puts on every year nationwide, and I've been sponsoring it here in San Antonio for the last 10 years.
How does it work?
Well, fifth graders are invited to write an essay, Why I'm Glad America is a Nation of Immigrants. And we get the entries and we judge them, and then the winners from the public school division, the private school divisions, get to read their winning entries at a naturalization ceremony. It's going to be next Wednesday at Edgewood Theater for Performing Arts. 650 new citizens will be sworn in, and our fifth graders, winners, will be reading their entries.
And I can imagine that if you're a child who's taken part in this, it's something you're going to remember. They're going to remember for the rest of their lives.
It's impressive. And these fifth graders always impress me. I'm not sure when I was in fifth grade.
You're right, they will.
I wouldn't have been able to do that or get up and read it in front of the audience of all the new citizens being sworn in, their families.
Yes, well, we thought it was so important to celebrate these young people. And actually, we have them here this morning, and we want them to read just a portion of the essays that celebrates them now as winners. Jade Gibbs is a fifth grade student at Bonham Academy. She is the first place winner of the public school division. Go right ahead, Jade.
I hear the steamboat roar. I can feel the anxiety start to pile up. My toes are thumping a quiet melody on the ground. I'm grinning ear to ear. I can't believe it. I'm heading to America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm Conroy. I'm 10 years old and I'm Irish. My mom and I have immigrated to America because of the famine in Ireland, and it was starting to affect us. My dad died when I was just a baby, so my mom has been working very hard to keep us fed and well. We decided to go to America instead of any place else because in America, the Constitution is for the people, of the people, and by the people. And if you don't like how you're being treated in other places, you can go there and maybe even start a new life. When I step off the boat ramp, I take a big breath of fresh American air and start thinking about school and all the adventures I'll have. I can't wait to share my culture and maybe even learn some new ones.
Joe, I think we've got some future writers.
It's good. Actors, too. Look at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of heart and a lot of feeling in what she wrote. I can see why she won first place. Well, also joining us this morning is Liliana Danford. She's a fifth grade student at St. Thomas More Catholic School, and she is the first place winner in the private school division. Go right ahead, Liliana.
I am glad our country is a nation of immigrants because if it wasn't, I wouldn't have the life I have today. It affects our everyday lives. In my life, it has affected me at home, at school, and in my after-school activities. Some people were born here, but others came here to make a better life for their families. There is a mixture of cultures and languages here in our country that makes us different from any other country in the world. It makes us different in a good way. We should all be proud to be from a nation of immigrants. The United States has nicknames such as the melting pot of the world. We have a mixture of cultures and races. This is what makes us such a great place. I love our country, and I love that we are a nation of immigrants. That is what makes my life so great.
Wonderful, sweetie. Come over here and have a seat. Well, we wanted to congratulate the two of them on their first place win for both the public school division and the private school division, and we have something to give to you all from us here at Great Day SA, and we hope that you'll put these in your room and display them proudly, and we just say congratulations on this tremendous honor. And I want to say a special thank you to you, Attorney DeMott, for being here this morning. I do want to mention that amazing and historical event, that ceremony where they're going to recite these essays, is going to take place on Wednesday at 2 p.m. at the Edgewood Theater of the Performing Arts. That's at 402 Vance Street. We appreciate you all being here so much. Thank you, guys. Good job.